Good morning, everybody. I am so glad to be here today. We are on day 8 of this 30-day momentum building experience where the goal is for you to come out of these 30 days with some serious momentum and to be able to go to your very next level of success in whatever your goals are. I have so much to share with you over the next few days. We're going to talk about I'm going to share with you some additional keys. We're going to talk about what is a legacy, what is a dynasty. I'm going to share with you how do you develop this system that you talked about yesterday of system of success and prosperity that can last from 3 to 10 generations. What is this multiple streams of income? So much to share with you. But what I want to do today is to answer a question that someone asked me yesterday. And the question was, well, what happened? You shared with us this circumstance that you was in, but you didn't tell us how you got out of it. So I want to kind of share with you how I did that. So yesterday, again, I talked to you about what it is like when you find yourself dealing with a serious financial circumstance where you can't figure out a way to get out of it, and how easy it is to become preoccupied with that because you've got immediate need. And so what I encourage you to do was to think bigger and to think and believe that you're going to find a way not only for you to come out of that, but for you to also figure out a way that no one in your family will ever have to struggle the way that you did. And so that was our what I was sharing with you. And I said, I understand, because I woke up one day where I didn't have a dime in the bank, completely broke. I didn't have any food in the refrigerator. So no food, no gas in the car, and my mortgage and bills were 2 months behind. And I didn't have a clue how I was going to come out of that situation. And so I had to fight fear. I had to fight depression. And so the question was, well, how did that end up? How'd you come out of that? So that's what I want to share with you today. My testimony of breakthrough from that moment. I've had several breakthroughs in my lifetime, but I'll share with you how I came out of this one. And this, I would say, in every circumstance that I face, my faith and divine help is how I got out of that situation. Now, what I did was I went on what I called an involuntary fast. I didn't have any food anyway, so I was going to fast. And for 15 days, I wanted to seek God to help me with it. Now, I know, again, we're at different places. We're at different places in terms of our faith and what we believe. I'm just sharing with you what I did. And I believe that prayer is two-way conversation. So I disconnected from the world. I cut off my TV for those 15 days. I did not answer my phone because my response was, God, if you do not help me with this, it's over. If my season for doing what I'm doing is over, then I will pack my bags and I will go home. And home for me was Detroit. And I'll be with family and I'll regroup there. But I refuse to believe that it's not over. I just can't see the way out. So I'm going to seek you until you tell me what to do. I'm going to fight for this, and I'm going to give you 15 days. And I'm going to believe you're going to help me. And so what do you do when you find yourself facing tremendous challenges? And we're all are going to have, life is going to throw some curves at you. There'll be changes in the law, changes in the environment, changes with your job, things that people do, to you, things that will happen that just will be tough. And do you just wilt and give up? Do you have enough fight in you? So in spite of how hard things was, I had to find that fight in me to say, I don't believe it's over, though I don't have a clue what to do, but I'm going to believe that you're going to help me. So the very first thing that I had to do was deal with my faith, because at that point I'm in fear. I'm not in faith. And I know that faith is the currency to help you come out of whatever you're dealing with. It's your way out. That if you're in fear, you're going to have more fear. If you're in doubt, what you're going to multiply in your life is more doubt. And so I had to find a way to get back in faith again. So one of the ways I did was I went back to my memory of times in the past. I remembered how God brought me through past situations that were awful tough. And there were a few times that I said, well, I don't know. I remember a time where I believe you didn't help me. So things didn't turn out the way I wanted to. So maybe this will be a time where things don't turn out the way that I want to. But even when I looked back in those circumstances, I found that no, didn't turn out the way that I want to, but it worked. He came through. My life didn't fall apart. I could see his hand on my life anyway. And it took me 2 days, guys. This was not a quick, I'm back, woman of faith. Oh no, it took me a couple of days to deal with my unbelief and my fear. But once I did that, I went back and I remembered the times that God came through for me. I remembered what the word said, that he is my shepherd, I shall not want. When I did that, I got back to a place of faith. And when I was able to do that, then I can look forward and believe that this circumstance was going to work for my good. I just had to figure it out. I had to find it. So at that point, because again, I believe prayer is two-way. I received instructions on how to restructure my business. I had to completely restructure my business. What happened is that I am a Christian psychologist. In addition to the other things that I do, I have an online business, as you guys know, but I'm also a Christian therapist, and the insurance company overnight changed what they were going to pay, just overnight. And so I had a $12,000 check that was scheduled to come in, and instead they paid me $800. So all of a sudden, the way that I'm doing business isn't going to work. And I fought that for about 3 months. But then at this point, I'm at a place, I'm at zero. I lost this fight. So I had to restructure my whole business. And in those 3 weeks, I developed some ideas of how to do that. And you know what? Things really do work out for the good, because the new idea was better. The new way I was going to operate was going to be better. Your tough times, if you keep pressing, will end up to be better. I have found that it always works out that way when you have the faith that it will. So then I worked out and reworked everything, but then January 1st came around and I still didn't have any money to pay any of my bills. But you know what happened in that first week? A client came to my office and said, you know what? I want to pay in advance for all of your services. I want to take advantage of this special counseling that you have, and I'll pay for that advance. And I know that you have some retreats that you operate, and so I want to pay for that in advance. And so this client gave me a $10,000 check. Divine intervention. It was enough to catch up all of my bills and enough to give me some cushion while I worked and put the new plan in place. Divine intervention. So that is faith. I'm telling you, faith moves mountains. Nothing is impossible if you believe. So that is what I had to do. I did what I encourage you guys to do, to find a place of faith. So that's how I got through, and I promised you that I would share that with you. I hope you find that inspiring. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do is share with you some more information about this legacy dynasty. What is a legacy? What is a dynasty? And I do see those two as slightly different. So I'll share that with you tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I am really looking forward to it. Thank you for joining me on this journey from destiny to dynasty. And we're going there together. See you in the morning.